Hello and welcome to this really quick tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you the basics of using Git and how you can integrate your current code projects with Git. Now, I'm not actually going to be programming anything in this tutorial. I'm simply going to be creating a couple of text files and pushing them to github.com. So, requirements for this video. You first of all need to have yourself a github.com user account. I'm not really going to go into the details of what Git is, so I'm just going to show you how to use it. However, I will leave you a good link in the description to a Wikipedia page that I'm sure you can learn loads about it on. Okay, so I've got a GitHub user account, and I've logged into it here. I've got a couple of projects here, which I've also done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push this create new button up here and add a new repository. A repository is basically where you can store your code, and it's basically just a project. I'm going to give this a title of just tutorial. And you don't have to give it a description, but I would recommend giving it one. You can make your repository private, meaning that no one can find it on the internet, and you've got to be fully authenticated to pull, which I'll show you what pulling is in just 1 second. However, this is a premium feature on github.com. There are, however, some Git providers, some Git hosting solutions that will allow you to have private repositories for free. The best one, in my opinion, is either Bitbucket or gitlab.com. You can choose to initialize this project with a README, which is just information about it, about the project, and this will be displayed on the homepage. So I'm actually going to select yes, because I'm going to show you how to do this later. If you didn't select yes, then that's no problem, because it can be done without it. I'm going to hit the create repository button, and then go ahead and make sure this choose clone URL is on HTTPS. Make sure it's not on SSH. If it's on SSH, these are the authentication methods basically that allow you to identify yourself to Git. If this is on SSH, you'll have to generate an SSH key and upload it. I'll probably show you how to do this in a future tutorial, but I'm not going to show you how to do it in this one because it just gets far too complicated. Okay, so you need to copy this URL. This URL is very important. This is what's going to allow you to post and pull from this repository. Okay, just to show you. Oh, yes, and by the way, posting is called committing in Git. Okay, so as you can see, it's created the readme.md based on the project title, and the description is right there. Now we will be able to change this and then upload it again. So you need to have yourself a directory where you've got some code. I'm going to create a new one now, and I'll just call it Git. Now you're going to need to go into your terminal. This is going to be the same commands for Bash. I'm sorry, Windows users, command prompt doesn't work. You'll need to download your own Git command prompt from the internet. You're then going to do Control-Alt-T on Linux, and this will open up your terminal. So I'm going to go ahead and just cd into documents /tuts/git. So now I'm inside my folder. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually pull from there, but before we do that, we're going to have to initiate the Git. Now this is quite easy. You simply do git init. This is providing, of course, that you have got Git installed. If you do not have Git installed, you do sudo apt-get install git, but obviously that won't work for me because I've already got it installed. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is add the remote repository to this project. So we can do git remote add origin, and I can do Control-Shift-V and paste this in. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to download what's currently up there, because if the two are not in sync, if they're like someone just made a change and you've changed something but not the file that they've just changed, if that makes any sense, Git doesn't like that. Okay, so you're going to do git pull origin and then master. I'm not going to really tell you what master is. It's basically the branch of the Git, but I'll sort of get into them a bit later on, maybe not even in this video. So anyway, git pull origin master. You do enter here. It's going to ask you to basically log in. Oh no, of course it's sorry, because this is a public project, it doesn't ask you for a username and password. However, when you go to push up, it will, which I'll show you just in a minute. So as you can see, it's downloaded the readme.md from GitHub, which was automatically generated. I can go ahead and open this with the edit, and you can see I've got some stuff in here. So this is a tutorial project folder. This has been edited on my desktop. Okay. So I'll just make a quick change to this so you can see what will happen when it gets uploaded. But I'm also going to create a new file, and I'm not going to create a new document. So I go ahead and open this with gedit again and do a new file. Okay, I'm going to save this file in that same documents folder, and I'm simply going to call this file file. There you go. This might be a coding file or something that you're doing. Okay, so I'm now going to upload all of this stuff back up to Git. So I'm going to go back to my terminal window. So this is what you do once you've made your changes. You simply do git add dot. What the dot does is it will basically add everything. Just ignore these colon things. It will basically add all of the files up onto the GitHub. Okay, you can add individual files if you don't want to add everything, but yeah, to be on the safe side, you can do git status, which will basically show you what you've done. So we can see we've modified the MD and we've created these new files. These are just temporary things that Linux does. Just ignore them. Okay, so because we've done this now, we can just go ahead and and by the way, you'll see if you do git status before you add everything, they'll be red, and that means Git's not going to touch them. So we can now do git push hyphen. Also, we need to commit first. So we do git commit hyphen m, standing for message, and we can just do this. Excuse commit one or something. Give it this is a commit. Okay, so now we've created the commit. You need to push this commit, which means we've done everything now. Let's just upload it. This is like clicking the upload button on YouTube. You know, once you've uploaded your video, you've given it a title, you've given it the description, you've given it the file. Now it's going to say, yeah, that's cool, just upload it and do it. So we're simply going to do git push hyphen u origin master. Okay. If you can spell origin right, it might work better. And also not put a dash, a space. There we go. So this is what I was saying, why it's going to ask you for a username. You've just got to simply enter your email, which you use to sign up to your GitHub account with. And go ahead and enter in a password as well. This is your password, which you set, by the way. So you're going to authenticate. So here we go. It's now uploaded. If I hit F5 up here, you can see it's uploaded these temporary files as well. Don't know why it did that. It doesn't usually do that. Oh well. But more importantly, it's got our file. This is a test file. And you can also see, yes, the readme.md has changed, which has added on this extra line of code. Now, some great things you can do. I'm not going to get into too many github.com specific tutorials, because github.com is one Git provider and there are many. I used to think that GitHub was the only Git provider, but no, there are many. You can also host your own Git servers as well. But I'm just going to show you anyway something that you can do here. You can hit the where it says 2 commits. This might be more commits, obviously. So you got the initial commit. Now, initial commit is basically, it was generated, GitHub did this for us, and then you got commit 1, which is what we did. Okay, thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Please rate me and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.